Hi guys, it's my third attempt trying to record this video, but what we're going to do is the next in our series of training for various war attacks. Now we focused on a couple of Town Hall 8 bases, a couple of Town Hall 8 attacks. What we're going to do today is look at a Town Hall 9 attack that I think is very important. Now we've got a lot of people just moving up to Town Hall 9, just experimenting with new attacks. What it is, I want to try and help those people because there's actually a very simple way of scoring big stars in wars for very cheap, very early on in Town Hall 9, and I did it when I first moved up, but completely forgot to advise people about it. And it's simply to start using balloons. Now, once you get max balloons, it's the biggest troop leap in the entire game. They are about twice as effective as a level 5 balloon once you get up there. So it's completely worth doing early on to help you get some early 2-star attacks. And the good news is that this attack will also decimate all those Town Hall 8 bases that we've been struggling with. So I'm going to run through a few things in this video that will hopefully help you out and hopefully inspire our Town Hall 9s to shake up how they're doing things and help you guys who are just upgrading there now. So first of all, just want to give a couple of shout outs, just saying hi to Lynn, Carson and the people here on chat. I want to say thanks to Eric and Lydia for supplying with a load of minions. There was also Lynn and a couple of others who threw them in there for me. Now the army composition I'm going to be using for this attack is quite important. The Balloonion attack, which is balloons and minions, depends on you having quite an even balance. You've got to have enough balloons to destroy enough to give out enough damage on the defences, but you can't scrimp on your minions too much because minions are your damage per second. If you think of a go wipe attack, they're very much like wizards. If you haven't got enough of them, you won't get through the base quick enough and they'll quickly be overwhelmed by splash defences. So it doesn't matter too much what level your minions are. Minions level up at an unusual rate. Even though their damage per second goes up quite a lot with each successive upgrade, and it's quite cheap to do, their defense doesn't. And you'll find that at the levels you're attacking up here, one hit from a lot of defenses will take down a minion, you know, straight away. So it's advisable to level them up purely because it's cheap. But it doesn't matter if you don't have high minions, you just need to get those balloons done. So we've got 30 balloons, which I found is the perfect amount, 35 of my own minions, which are level 5, but like I say, it doesn't matter. And then in my clan castle, you'll see I asked for a mix just to show you how effective it could be, and we've got level 5, level 3, level 2 and level 1 minions all in the clan castle there. So all in all, we've got about 50 minions and about 30 balloons. Now in terms of spells, balloon attacks don't have any kind of tank, so to speak of. You can use this composition for raiding as well. It's a good way of trophy pushing. It's very easy ways to score 1 stars. And it's quite cheap on reflection. You don't even need to use spells. Once you throw the spells in, that turns a good raid army into a very powerful war army. So what you want to have for your spells, like I say, because there are no tanks, and because the name of the game in this is getting your balloons in as fast as possible, is you need to get 2 rages and 2 heals. Because there's no tanks, the heals will keep your balloons alive longer, and because balloons are the slowest troop in the game, you need the rages to pull them where they need to be very early on. The entire army composition, I haven't worked it out, but it works out a damn sight cheaper than dragons. And because dragons lose their effectiveness as you go into Town Hall 9, this is the kind of thing you want to switch to very early on. I mean, you shouldn't even really be bothering with dragons at Town Hall 9. They're only mildly more effective than Town Hall 8 dragon attacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the last war, have a look at the map, and I'm going to show you a couple of attacks. The first attack is going to be on a Town Hall 8. Now Kai has asked me to do something with his base, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. This is Kai's base from last war. He got 2-starred, and they struggled to get that. If they had a Town Hall 9 with any kind of brains, they could have 3-starred him if they really pushed it. But if we take a quick look at his base, he's got a very good Town Hall 8 layout. He's got level 7 walls, which are great. All of his defences are very evenly spaced and triangulated. You can see his mortars evenly spaced. His wizard towers have got a good coverage over the town hall, and his air defences, importantly, are triangulated around the town hall pretty deep into the base. A dragon attack would struggle on this base because everything is well covered. Now, because the way balloons work over dragons, they will target defences. This actually does make it ripe for a balloon attack. Now, what you've got to look out for on a balloon attack is obviously the air defences. 2 or 3 hits from an air defence will bring a balloon down, but you've got to look at splash air attacks as well. And by that, we're looking, Teslas are very rapid fire. They can take down balloons fast if they're high level. Wizard towers, if they're high level, will take clusters of balloons down rather quickly. And air bombs are the biggest problem you'll have. If you hit a cluster of balloons onto an air bomb, they'll be destroyed, and that will ruin your attack. What we're going to be looking to do is attacking. You've got to attack 2 air defences at once because you have no tanks, because that distracts all the other defences into firing in all directions, and that will be their undoing. Now, even though they're quite deep in the base, I'll be targeting these 2 in the middle because they are symmetrical. And what I'll be doing is I'll be forming an arc around the top of balloons, and they will converge. That is the best way to come in with balloons. There are various other strategies you can use, but we need to get them to converge, eventually funneling down to a point to take out the last, because once they get to this air defence, there won't be very many left, and a lot of troops will have been depleted. So actually this kind of arrow shape is very good for what I want to demonstrate. And what we'll be doing, deploying all the balloons, a few minions to start taking out the buildings, just as you would with wizards in a go wipe attack. And we'll be putting down our rage spells early and our heal spells down early to keep those balloons charging through the centre of the base. Some of the spells will actually overlap, so any balloons crossing paths will move through heals, move through rages, and take out what they need to early on. So if I go back to the map, and we'll turn on the X mod, and what we'll do now is we'll simulate an attack. So what we're going to do, got the base there, is we've got balloons selected. We'll deploy those kind of haphazardly so they move in waves. Drop a few minions to start them off attacking, and then we'll get the rage and the heals down because the clan castle troops have been deployed, and they will start to attack them. And hopefully they should start to make their way in, get raged up, and start attacking the air defences pretty early on. There we go. We'll now drop the Barbarian King at the back. More minions. Now, what's key with minions, like I say, level isn't entirely important, but numbers are, and that's because even though air defences will take them out with 1 hit, and a lot of other defences will, huge swarms of minions can be devastating because they will overpower air defences, and hopefully we should see that in action here, because we've got an air defence that is starting to target them. You can see they've taken the town hall already, but they should now move in, and that sheer number of minions destroy that air defence within a second, and there should be enough left there now to just take out the remaining defences, take out the last few buildings, and hopefully get on for 2, possibly a 3-star. I have done this to 3-star a few times. Looks like that last archer tower there is going to be a problem, but you can see there what the principle was. Most of that base has been destroyed. I have 3-starred this several times, just a shame there that last archer tower was being stubborn, but you can see just how devastating it is. And that's a pretty high level Town Hall 8 base, so a good demonstration for you there. King's still going. If I let it run, he will probably get there and probably die out towards there, so we'll just let that go now, just to show you how effective that was. And what we will now do is do something very similar against a Town Hall 9. Like I say, a relatively inexpensive attack, perfect if you're an early Town Hall 9, and not too difficult to execute. So if you are a Town Hall 9, you want to start to be thinking about getting this done. If you're about to become a Town Hall 9, I'd recommend you get max balloons as soon as possible. It will be a huge help to you. So we will go back to the last war, take a look at the map, and what I'll do is over here we've got number 3 is actually a pretty good Town Hall 9. If I take a quick look at his base. Right, now he's very evenly spaced. He's got a lot of buildings set to the outside. The idea is to make people run out of time whatever attack they're using. He's got X-bows pointed upwards. They will trouble your balloons. But what you want to do this early on, this is the kind of base you would attack with Balloonion. That's something I'll cover in another video. But this is the kind of base you'd want to attack with Balloonion because it would tear this base to pieces. But because you don't have those tanks available, it doesn't mean to say you can't get a 2-star, and I can see on this one it should be quite an easy 2-star. I haven't practiced this one much, but I know exactly what I'd do. We've got a weaker air defence here, we've got a level 6 air defence there, but not much in between, and because of the way the defences are shaped, the balloons, if I attack from the bottom, should attack these and funnel themselves down towards centre, taking out the wizard towers, the archer towers, making their way in, getting rid of the air defences and hopefully destroying the crossbows. One thing I haven't got on these attacks, which would have helped if I had it on my last attack of course, is the archer queen. She can be sent in very last to take out a town hall if you need to, or pick up any loose buildings. I think that could be why I got 3 stars on Kai's earlier and didn't just. I've just set her off to be upgrading to level 12. So if you've got your archer queen, you always deploy her last once everything else is out of the way. So similar principle here. I'll be deploying the balloons along the bottom, getting some minions going attacking this base. They should make their way in. I will use the same spells, 2 rage and 2 heal, and hopefully they should make their way in towards here, and the splash damage alone from the balloons should do significant damage to the town hall, and whatever they don't get, the minions should be able to pick up, and any heroes that I send in. So let's give that a try and see what happens. Like I say, it's good to show you this because this is a typical Town Hall 9, and if our Town Hall 9s can start doing this, they should be able to pick up very easy 2 stars early on in war. Get themselves some good loot and put us in good standing towards the end. So let's go. So we'll zoom in on the bottom because we're not even concerned about the top. So off we go with the balloons. There we go, we've got them going in a couple of clusters. They're not grouping up together. Get a few minions going. Then let's get the rages down towards the air defences to pull those balloons in faster. Get the heals down as well because pretty soon the X-bows will start to be giving them some significant damage, and then start getting the rest of the minions down, start clearing these buildings. Now we have struggled to take everything out there, but hopefully the numbers of minions will trouble them off. We've got a couple of balloons left there. I should be able to do some damage. Obviously Clan Castle troops, heroes will pull them in. And we've got the Barbarian King who can also make his way into the centre. Hopefully do some damage. And that air defence is now down. It's a little too late unfortunately. But with any luck the Barbarian King will cut his way through. Might be able to make his way to the town hall, but then again, yeah, there's a lot going on there. I should have held a few minions back really, but you could see that town hall would go down very quickly if you had both your heroes available. But yeah, that attack is good for 2 stars on most bases. Like I say, not the best example because of what happened there. I've still got a minion going around the outside, so I'll talk while he's doing that. But they would pretty quickly make up a 50% by taking out the outside buildings. If I had my queen, she would have been sent in with the king there, and the town hall would have gone down very quickly. It wasn't the best deployment, to be quite honest, but the method is sound, and hopefully I'll have my queen available when I show you the Balloonion attacks. Like I say, that attack is good for 2 stars on mouse spaces, and hopefully you'll be able to replicate that. So the next video I'll probably cover as an extension of this is Balloonions, and that is severely devastating. But I'll wait until a war for that, because I need to save some elixir first to get that done. See ya.